We're here at Benjamin's in Libas today for the book signing for Hal Lansky and the book that he put out about Elvis. And that part of the proceeds are going for the Outreach Center. And we're super excited to have him here today. And Hal?
How you doing? Thank you for inviting me. Where are you going, Ben?
Ben's doing
anyway,
cleaning up.
I'm glad to be here in Morganton and helping the Outreach Center. My good friend Ben, which I've known for over 20-something years. I'm glad to be here. I'm Hal Lansky. I'm second generation. My dad started our business in 1946. We enjoy keeping the legacy of my dad and also keeping the legacy of Elvis alive.
So, just for the heck of it,
okay.
Tell us a little story about, like being over at Elvis's or being, when you were a kid, playing around there with him.
Well, there's a lot of stories. Let me think of, people ask me a lot of times stories, and I'm going to tell you one story that I just told you earlier ago. And we're from Memphis, we're in the South, and across the street I see some statues, and it's a lot of history in this town like Memphis. And of course, if you're from Memphis, you have manners, and in the South, you were brought up well. Elvis's mom brought him up well. So my dad told Elvis, do me a favor, don't call me Mr. Lansky, call me Bernard. And don't call me Mr. Lansky, call me Bernard. And so Elvis sheepishly looked up and he said, yes, sir, Mr. Lansky. So that's where we are in the South. You can't shake it. So we have southern manners. And Elvis was so polite, and he loved his mom and dad, and he'd do anything for you. He'd take his shirt off the back for you. So, but Elvis was cool, and a lot of people ask me how Elvis was, and he was just so nice. But back we knew him when he was a young man, and he was starting out. My dad met him in 1952. The most frequently asked question is how my dad met Elvis, and one day my dad saw this young man looking in the window, and of course he said, "Come on in, young man." He didn't know who this guy was, and of course Elvis didn't know who he was because he was still in high school, and he said, "Mr. Lansky, I can't come in. I don't have any money." And my dad said, "This young man," he said, "don't buy me out. Just buy from me." And that's what started it. So, but they've been friends. Yeah, they were friends. And Elvis worked around the corner. He was an usher, and every week he got paid on Friday. When he got paid, he'd come in and buy. One week he'd come in and buy a shirt for $1.99. Next week he'd come in and buy pants for $2.99. But he always shopped with Elvis, and things started rolling along. And he came in one day. He said, "Mr. Lansky, I'm going to be on national TV." "Oh, great, Elvis. What show?" He said, "The Ed Sullivan Show." He said, "Oh, that's awesome, Elvis." So they were, my dad was throwing the clothes around, trying to put some outfits for him. And he said, "Mr. Lansky, I got a problem." And my dad said, "What's your problem, Elvis?" And he said, "I don't have any money." And my dad said, "Elvis, you got a problem." But my dad was one of the first ones to give him credit, and so that kind of sealed the deal. My dad was very loyal to Elvis, and Elvis was loyal to him, and Elvis shopped with us all the way to his death.
So it's safe to say on the Ed Sullivan Show that he was in borrowed clothes.
Well, he had them on credit. And you still give people credit in Morganton, don't
credit,
you?
Yeah.
So,
absolutely, I'll vouch for that.
So that, like I said, that sealed the deal. And wherever Elvis went, he said, "I got my clothes at Lansky's on Famous Bill Street." So.
Well, we kind of have that same thing here with Ben's store.
Oh, cool.
And as I told you earlier, I'm a musician too. So whenever I've ever put stuff together that I needed to have, I come up to Ben's.
Okay.
Obviously, I'm wearing one of those right now.
Cool.
So, but we have our tie too.
Right.
So
Right. Oh, good.
That's pretty neat.
Good. Yeah.
But
good.
we are supercharged. You're here, man.
Well, thank you.
Have a great day.
Okay, great.
Ben, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's beautiful what you have done.
Thank you.